Will the High Elves build our embassy even uglier than theirs? But no, this one shouldn't complain.
Did you hear? Rimmon belongs to the Khajiit again. And Queen Kamira lives! Still, this one suspects that much remains to be done. Things sound chaotic. This one will wait until more has settled down before returning.
Did you hear? They killed a dragon in Riverhold. A dragon! You're jesting, right? I'll wait a bit longer. I hope dragons are like lightning and never strike the same place twice. But I also hope that Riverhold would be safer than Cyrodiil. Look how that turned out.
Dark rumors of necromancy in Elsweyr drew me out of my home to find those who need help. Be watchful, Walker. No, though I have soothed some of the suffering that this dark art creates, I have heard of an orc who raises the dead as well. Perhaps he is the source of the harm my healing skills mitigates.
There you are. Any questions before we leap into this slippery hedge maze? Once we get inside, we'll cover more ground if we split up. Don't get too concerned if you don't see me around. Think of me as your loyal, rakishly handsome shadow. As for any rough stuff with the bandits, I'll leave that to you. Can't I want to free him and want the jewel? Look, Fez and I have double-crossed each other more times than we can count, but only over gold. When it comes to life and death, we help each other. Actually, a double-cross is how Fez and I first met. Both. Great thieves think alike, right? We met years ago, in Sentinel. I was taking an inventory of a local merchant ship's valuables when I stumbled across a cat doing the same. That was Fez. After a debate, we agreed to split the loot. He slipped past me and flagged down a guard on the way out. Would have landed me in jail if that guard hadn't been the same one I bribed to get on the ship. The guard arrested Fez instead, and we split his loot. Still, I had to respect the effort. Why? Plenty of reasons. Take your pick. First, the heaps of gold people will pay us to acquire it. Second, it's a Khajiit cultural treasure, and it's always nice to return a cultural treasure, right? Makes you feel all warm and heroic inside. That's the plan. Those bandits in the Tangle probably threw Fez in a cage somewhere. So, all we have to do is find him. And hope they haven't killed him. That'd be unfortunate.
Blessing be upon you, Rook. Have you a moment to talk? Would you like to hear the fragrant word of Azura? It was she who gave us shape and told us the three secrets. She who protected us from the wrath of Ifre and taught us the mysteries of the moons. Ah, yes. Mazdur entered this den of vagrants with the most honorable of intentions. He only wished to share the wisdom of Our Lady of Dusk and Dawn. This is the unfortunate result. That would be most appreciated. This one is sure you'll find the key nearby. Ah, and if you could recover Mazdur's amulet of Azura as well. The bandits' leader, Zareba Sharpclaw, seemed to admire it greatly. It will likely be by her side. Azura bless you, brave Rook. Mazdur must travel many places to spread the word of his lady. Through divine inspiration, his paws follow the path to where Azura feels he is most needed. Unfortunately, he is not always met with welcome. It is true that Mazdur is trapped within this cage, soon to be sold off to vile slavers. But it is also true that you have arrived to save him in this, his hour of desperation. Asura watches over this one always, and so he is never afraid. Mazdur has dedicated his life to the brilliance of Asura. Every morning he sings her praises. Every night, he humbles himself with prayer. His days are spent wandering elsewhere, spreading her fragrant word. It was the wisdom of Asura that gave the Khajiit our many forms, each for its own purpose. It was she who gave us the skills to be exceedingly quick, exceedingly clever, and exceedingly beautiful. How could Mazdur the Moonstruck not honor her? This one's title, bequeathed upon him by his family long ago. Asura was born alongside the moons. This is known. Mazdur is moonstruck, stricken by the beauty and power of the moons, connected to his lady through reverence and wisdom.
If you're planning on raiding Hakoshe, I'm staying behind. Nearly got my tail chopped off last time.
That wine we got on the last raid? Oh, delicious. Pity I only got a few cups.
There he is. Boy, this is creative.
No, stay back. Don't touch me. What's the matter? The giant spike trap under Feskar's feet. It could impale Fez at any moment. Not by choice. The ruddy fang trappers forced Fez onto this plate. They play this game with new slaves to break their spirits and teach them to listen. If Fezkar steps off this plate, he becomes a Fez kebab. Fez does not want to be a Fez kebab. You and Jakarn come to free Fezkar? Bright moons, yes, free me. To disarm the plate, you pull the chain over there. But you need a key to unlock it. Look for a chest deeper in the tangle. I know they keep the key inside it. Please, hurry!
I'll keep watch here in case any guards wander by. You see if you can find the key he's talking about. Deal?
I'd best get my equal due in the next raid. Sharpclaw gives us nothing but scraps.
I don't care if they keep the law busy. Those dragons leave me feeling nothing but uneasy.
Many Khajiit are skillful merchants, but none quite so clever as the river traders of Brukra. and none quite so willing to wink at Elsweyr's laws, much to Rachin's benefit.
Paw this morning.
You have the key, yes? If you would open the cage then. Praise Asura for your timely intervention, Rook. Come now, let us speak outside.
Into a bandit den. He's loony, all right.
Seafez, there's our friend. Right on time.
There you are. Did you find the key? Feskar's fur falls out from all this stress. Bandar be praised! Slide the key into the lock beneath the chain. Turn it to the right until you hear it click. Slowly. And do not take the key out before you pull the chain. Otherwise, Feskar is skewered like a tasty pig. Thank you, Walker. After Tuheba threw Face in her cage, and Akan beat Face bloody, I begged Bandar for aid, but he did not answer. After Tuheba sold me, I begged again. This time he sent you. Fez know it. Bandar has not abandoned me.
Steady hands, friend. I'll just be right over here.
Free at last! Thank you both. Now, all this key finding and trap disarming is hard work, yes? You've earned a rest, I think.
You two-faced little...
Really should have seen that coming, Jakarn. Sneaky little bastard. Where did he even hide that gas bomb? Ooh, you know what? Let's not think about that. Friend. Right. I hate to admit it, but good old Fez is sliding rapidly toward dopey rival. Sometimes colleague at best. Anyway, Fez grew up in the Stitches, cliffside settlement above the Scar. He might have hidden a gem there. Definitely worth a look. Still, it's a big place, and he's got a head start. Fortunately for us, Akon and these bandits did a number on his legs. He hobbled out of here like an 80-year-old stork. If we move fast, we might catch him. We should split up. Famous last words, right? Whoever finds that sneaky Khajiit first holds him down until the other arrives. Then we all find the gem together, yeah? Mara's mercy, I'm starting to talk like a cat. I've been in Elsweyr too long. See you there, good looking.
With all these dragons around, no one cares about those measly bandits.
Mazdur is grateful for such a rescue. Were you able to find his amulet as well? Then you have this one's gratitude. And the gratitude of Asura as well, it seems. Just as Mazdur was leaving, he happened to find something of value. Take it as your well-earned reward. And so Mazdur is once again saved by the intervention of Asura. Through your actions, of course. As of late, this one's thoughts turn to green shade. While the Khajiit have always welcomed Asura into their hearts, the Wood Elves still look toward her with apathy. Perhaps it is they who most need to hear her fragrant words. No. Mazdur will be met with hostility, of this he is sure. But Asura will watch over him, and lead this one to those who may be willing. In this he has faith, just as he has faith in the Lady of Dawn and Dusk herself. It is best to never speak of dragons, lest they show up. This Maik has learned. Some doors, when opened, cannot be shut again. This is why windows are better options. In Tamriel we grow moon sugar. On the moon do they grow Tamriel sugar? You have heard that the Khajiit love naps, yes? So does Maik. Though maybe Maik is napping now, and this conversation is but a dream, You have heard that the Khajiit...
I don't know where it all goes. I don't remember getting robbed since Taznazi took over, but I'm out of my medicine. Will you help me, friend? Any gold you can spare. My medicine's expensive and I've got nothing. Please, it's gonna kill me. Whatever you'll give is fine. Just make the hurting stop. Thank you, friend. Thank you. This will get me through a day. Not enough time to get back on my feet. You sure you can't spare a bit more? You're a lifesaver. Best friend I've ever had. Besides dashing to Salzo, I don't see him anymore. I don't think.
A friend is the only gift that brings joy when returned. Or so the Bandari saying goes. Nazdar has never had much to give besides his friendship, but he can attest it is joy he feels seeing you here again. Nazdar has everything he needs. Good health, good friends, and music in his heart. When he looks upon the stitches now, he is inspired. He sees dashing de Salzo's dream coming to life, and the notes flow as vigorously as his blood. He knows his playing is not welcomed by all, but Tasnasi has forbidden the others from throwing things at Nazdar, so long as he does not sing. As the amicable Jazir once said, compromise is cousin to happiness.
Know you? At least I think I know you. My memory's a little hazy on anything past the last few days. You run that thing with Tasnasi and me. You did that job with us. No, I'm not. Tasnasi made me swear to lay off the drink for a while. It's awful. Well, maybe not as awful as I thought it'd be. This place is almost tolerable now that she's in charge. Gives me a few less reasons to reach for a bottle. It means I've got a headache, but I don't know. I was in a bad way before you doused me with that bucket, and I really botched things at the keep. Tasnasi's cleaning up the mess Kazda made. She doesn't need mine, too. Yeah, well, we'll see. The more I remember, the harder it gets. There are a few things I'd rather not forget. Maybe that's enough.
I suppose the quality of service will have to go up now that Tasnasi's in charge, but it's a small price to pay for a leader with some panache. She's no dashing Dasalzo, but she's got a certain charm. Any charm at all is a step up from Kazda. She couldn't be worse. Kazda was driving this place into the ground. Scipion and I were just getting our hands on anything we could before making a discreet exit. Now, we have time to savor the fruits of our labor.
Tasnasi's in, Kazda's out. Business goes on all the same, dull as ever. The matter of Kazda's punishment presents some interesting opportunities, though I don't suppose she'll let him off with a good spanking.
Get back!
You will not take the jewel from Feskar! It's mine!
Listen to me, Fez. That jewel's made you crazy. No one can make that jump.
You lie! Bandar smiles on me, Jakarn. Riches, glory, all will belong to Feskar!
Fez! Damn it, don't do this! Stop! Fez! God damn it, Fez, you idiot! Why did... Wait. It's not that far. Oh yeah, I can make that. Definitely. You see it? The Jewel of Bandar is right there on that cliff. Right where Fez dropped it for safekeeping. It's not that far. Not really. Sure, but he was injured, and not half as athletic as me. Akon worked him over, and the wind wasn't right. Besides, he was never a good jumper. That jewel will make us, rich, like royalty. Wealthy, irresistible royalty. Look, it's so close. Fez didn't... Wait, what? Why am I standing at the edge of a cliff? Why would I jump off it? Laura's mercy, that's Fez's body down there. What was I thinking? Jumping off this cliff is insane. I really need a drink. You need a drink, right? I need a drink. Meet me at the Goiter's Gulp, would you? We'll settle up there. Don't worry, I'm not gonna jump. I just need to clear my head and say goodbye to a friend. Fez, you stupid, stupid cat. I'm gonna miss your mangy hide.
Well, look at this, Akon. It's just who we were waiting for. So we meet again, Vakar. I see you, but not your friends. Where are Jakarn and that mangy idiot, Feskar? Truly? Dark moons, eh? Fez was stubborn and foolish, but he did not deserve to die. This may surprise you, but I did not want Feskar dead, just soundly punished. Seems I was right about the jewel after all. I warned you before. There is a hex on the jewel. I do not usually place much stock in folktales, but the clan mothers say Bandar created this gem to teach the Khajiit that some prizes are not worth the risk. Lesson learned, I'd say. With greed, yes. Perhaps I made a mistake in sending young Fesgar to recover it. Perhaps I made a mistake in sending that sweet-tongued Breton as his partner. Let's find out, shall we? Hello, Jakarn.
Well, this is awkward. No tricks this time. One way or the other, I need to settle things with Tuheba. Otherwise, I'll never have any peace. Take this for your trouble, huh? Assuming Tuheba doesn't kill me, you should join us for drinks. Thanks again, good looking. So, here we are, Tuheba. Ready to clear the air, or should I start throwing stuff?
Yes, Jakarn. All I want is the gem. Now, I will ask you one last time. Where is the Jewel of Bandar?
I'll take you to it. Just promise me you'll feed it to your cat, or toss it in a vault or something.
You have my word.
Look at us, making nice. This calls for a toast. Suggestions?
To bold, foolish Fesgar, I think. A Khajiit who died as he lived.
Yeah. To Fez. I guess I should get comfortable here in the stitches. Those card sharps and Rimmen probably still want me dead. I'll forget all about the trouble I put him through. Eventually. Thanks for your help today. You're alright, you know that? You mean other than getting drunk enough to forget a magic gem made my friend jump off a cliff? Haven't decided. Might be time for another job. Taking something that doesn't belong to me always cheers me up. I wouldn't use those exact words, but the world will be less interesting without Fez in it. That's a shame. As for being double-crossed, I'm used to that. It barely bothers me anymore. Don't get any ideas, though. Why not? It's not like there are any other nomadic crime bosses offering good money for shady work. Granted, that's because she murdered her competitors, but still. Or maybe I'll swing by a Boz Landing and see what Zira's doing. She's always fun. Tough to say, especially now that we know the gem can put your brain in a tangle. To be fair, Fez never placed much value on, planning. He probably just thought dropping the gem on a treacherous cliff was a good idea at the time. If it'll get her off my back, absolutely. I appreciate gems as much as the next thief, but I prefer my jewelry curse-free, Now that I've cleared my head, getting it back shouldn't take more than a rope and some steady hands. I've got both. It's kind of a blur. But not the satisfying drunken kind. All I remember is that I needed that gem, and I felt really, really confident I could make that jump. If you hadn't talked me down, I'd have wound up as flat as Fez. So, thanks.
Moons light your back, Rook. You dealt wisely and well. If ever I have need for another thief, I'll be in touch. He agreed to lead us to the gem, so why would I harm him? Grudges do nothing but make us bitter and poor, yes. Besides, I respect Jakarn's guile. He has the touch of Bandar, that one. Very clever. For a Breton, I mean. I have not decided. For now, it is enough to know it no longer rests in Yaraxian hands. Something so valuable and dangerous belongs to the Khajiit. But we cannot have others jumping off cliffs, can we? I will figure something out.
What? You thought this one could not talk? Pah! Outsiders.
You are clever for an outsider. Akan respects that. Do not threaten to Heba, and you and Akan will get along.
Akan says you don't need biting. Fine, that's fine. If you find any sugar, bring it back, yes? Or I bite you.
There is nowhere better to sleep off a night at the Gulp. A murmur assures you.
beginning.
One of my friends told me that the monks of Two Moons are no longer chasing invisible butterflies. What a relief! I was worried. That's good news, indeed.
Ah! The Five Claw returns. Tell me, did you succeed? And you brought them back. Well, that's just... wow. Why don't you just lay them down there, Five Claw? Older here will call an adept to collect them. Very soon. Now, I'm glad to hear you settled this business. Please, take this and my thanks. If you have a strong will and a strong sword arm, Oldre here has many tasks for you. A necromancer called Tanar the Grave Prowler reappeared recently, just southwest of here at Scar's Edge.
Don't expect to find some scrawny, dull-fanged wizard rook. Danar is a sense-rot, as big and as dangerous as they come. Yes, Walker, nothing is ever simple. Many cats lay buried in shallow graves at Scar's Edge, and with Danar near, they grow restless. Take this quieting balm and pour it over their remains. The adepts tell me it should keep the corpses from rising. Don't lounge about too long, Walker. Your prey awaits.
Bright moons, you return. Did you succeed in your task? Quietly now. Bright moons! Our friends in the adeptoriums will drop their sugar rolls when they see these. Now, a good deed deserves good pay, yes? Here you go, Walker. Come back soon. You are looking for honest work, yes? Or something like honest work. Nisuzi has a task for you. Nisuzi's clan often travels by lantern light. Easier to avoid robbers and pesky guards at night, yes? In the past, we fueled our lamps with oil from Darkpool Mine, a cavern to the southwest. But now, we must give it a wide berth. Mad cultists who worship Meruns, the fire cat, took the cave for themselves. We might have been able to sneak around them, but now they summon huge Daedra but are powerful. If you ruin these silly summoning rituals, Nisuzi will pay you handsomely. Off you go, Walker. Swiftly now. Quick work brings quicker pay, yes? These dragons are fast becoming a larger issue. So much trouble, these dragons. So much death around them. If you want to help stop them from killing others, please check with me each day. I'm organizing dragon hunts. I'm glad you wish to help. We need valiant folk to slow down the spread of dragons. It is regrettable enough that they're causing suffering here. Let's try to prevent that from happening outside Elsweyr as well. I think the best tactic is to defeat the dragons at their hunting grounds. When they eat, we can stop them. Permanently. What do you say? Are you willing to help? I appreciate the help. When you've finished your hunt, return to me. I'll have a reward for you. Dragons aren't exactly easy to kill, as you may know. People who hunt them alone don't often return. So, to prevent needless death, I coordinate dragon hunters. Mud crabs? Oh, you jest. To answer your question, Queen Irene is concerned that the dragon threat will spread beyond these lands. So, as has been successful in other venues, I hire folk to kill them. Simple, yet effective.
Welcome back, friend. Rigord found Lady Isa. She's not as talkative as the women in Windhelm, but she's quite classy. Rigord is sure a Nord ballad will convince her to help make peace between the Nords and Khajiit. Where are the screaming mammoths? The screaming mammoths let you touch their instruments? Rigord tried to touch them after a performance in Nibelheim, and his brain still aches from the pummeling. Definitely Rigord's favorite head injury. Why did they give you their instruments? Rigert can be an official screaming mammoth. He can play the instrument of legendary lutist Frongir half-giant. Did Rigert drink a barrel of mead and find himself in a land made of dreams? These are honest questions. Rigert gets confused. Rigert's mind explodes like the top of Mount Vardenfell. Drinking mead with the mammoths was one thing, but playing their instruments is beyond Rigert's wildest imaginings. We will play Lady Isa the best ballad Elsweyr has ever heard. Oh, your eyes shine like glowing mushrooms in gloom rich, and you're sturdy as a mountain goat's hoof-fed feet. We should meet to drink mead and eat wolf meat.
Why are you singing to my house cat Luna?
Lady Isa? Rigert has logical explanation. You have great influence with the Khajiit, so Rigert wanted to impress you with his song. But first, he had to practice on your cat, because he's like a tiny you.
It's difficult to imagine anything sadder than a confused Nord clutching a lute. Lady Isa is going to pretend that Ambassador Rigert did not just confuse her with a house cat. Your friend is the one who should apologize. His attempts at diplomacy have already offended Justo and sickened Al-Sadak. Fortunately for you, Lady Isa is convinced that Ambassador Rigert's intent is pure. She even brought him a peace offering. Rigert must be rewarded for his comical yet well-intentioned mission to improve relations between the Norns and Khajiit. Lady Isa brought an honorary collar and bell. He will wear it everywhere in Elsweyr, so we can always know when he is near. No, but we can all see that Ambassador Rigert is very special. This one presents him with this dignified and stylish reward.
Lady Isa is eager to use her influence to bring peace between the Nords and Khajiit, isn't she? Nothing solves problems better than a traditional Nord love ballad. Except for mead. A collar and bell made to fit Rigert's rippling neck? Rigert will jingle it with pride. Please accept this gift, friend. Rigert could not have made peace between the Nords and Khajiit without you. This song is dedicated to Rigert's favorite diplomatic assistant, and Lady Isa, and that house cat, and increased peace between the Nords and Khajiit. Oh yeah, and mead!
Lady Isa will do her best to make peace between the Nords and Khajiit, just so you can make your way back to Skyrim.
Rigert could not have completed his diplomatic mission without your help, friend. Rigert is externally grateful and will return the lute and drum to the screaming mammoths so you can go about your business. After Rigert plays with them some more, Rigert will go wherever the winds of diplomacy take him, friend. Rigert refuses to rest until Tamriel's races are all sitting together peacefully, drinking mead and singing songs about mead, probably.
This one believes she will remain here until Ambassador Rigert and his honorary bell jingle far away from her cat.
I understand why the Khajiit deposed Queen Euraxia. I truly do. However, losing her support has put a bit of a crimp into my current living arrangements. Perhaps the new queen would also be willing to be my patron?
You had a hand in this barbaric coup, didn't you? Damn your eyes. Without Euraxia to guide it, Rimmon is lost. I hope you're happy.
Again, I see a dragon.
Cadwell? Cadwell? What was that about a dragon? Ah, there you are. See to Cadwell, if you would. Then join us in the throne room for the War Council.
Hello? Is someone there? I appear to be back in my head. Well, my other head. The other head. This is so confusing. Wait. Things are becoming clearer now. Yes, well, there you are. Oh, so good to see you again, my friend. I saw that nasty orc necromancer, Zumog Foom. He really is a despicable fellow. And there was a dragon, a huge, powerful, eyes as big as a house dragon. They called it Carl Grunteed. Means champion of the bound time. How do I know these things? Well, yes, I did. Seems the ears are as connected as the eyes. They talked about the moons, something about an eclipse and the perfect time to use the gate. I remember something about that from when I was the betrayer, but the details are hazy. My memory returns in dribs and drabs, but I'm not sure that's a good thing. If I remember anything healthful, though, I'll let you know. Where are my manners? They're waiting for you. Queen Chimera has called another war council in the throne room. Not a clue, but I know one way to find out. Head inside and see what the Cat Queen has to say.
The archives were extremely helpful once I found the appropriate documents.
Our moon singers and moon priests have always paid particular attention to detail. What did you learn?
Tharn found documents regarding an ancient agreement with the Dragon Guard. They apparently provided a weapon to use against the dragons.
This relates to the legends of Kunsari and Queen Anequina, yes?
Pardon the interruption, Queen Chimera, but that sounds like the dragon horn we found. That dragon guard didn't survive, but he gave us the Anequina dragon horn.
So this alliance I reluctantly agreed to has borne fruit.
The Cygnus Irregulars assisted, but your agent did the important work.
A weapon from the Dragon Guard. Interesting. Come, Five Claw. I want to hear your report. Agreeing to an alliance with Imperials. At least it appears this Prefect Kalo assisted you. Tell me what happened out there, Five Claw. I want to hear it from you. So that is the dragon horn. It is much smaller than I thought it would be, and it looks fragile. Sound it once and it will probably crumble to dust. What are we supposed to do with such a thing? As always, you have my thanks, Five Claw. Euraxia hoped to appease the dragons by assassinating the last dragon guard of Elsweyr. He died, but at least you acquired the Anequina dragon horn and avenged his death. Now if we only knew what to do with the damn thing. I know how a horn works, Five Claw, but this is a relic of ancient magic. I do not want to damage it before we learn the true significance of its power. I will have Tarn do more research. In the meantime, we have another matter to deal with. Cadwell's visions strike more frequently now, with more urgency. Tarn believes Zumog Foom is close to reassembling Cadwell's dismembered body. I want you to stop him. The betrayer of legend must not be reborn. Abner Tarn checks on Cadwell regularly. Find them and see if they can tell you where Zumog Foom hides. Meanwhile, I will consult with Gareshri. Review the Kunzari stories before we task Tarn with learning more about the Dragonhorn. A little. There was a similar relic at Starhaven Adeptorium, but I never gave it much thought. It was just there, another memento of a mostly forgotten past. The one you brought us, it bears the name of an Equina. An Equina is the name of our kingdom, the northern half of Elsweyr. It grew out of one of the 16 original prides and was named after my ancestor, an Equina Sharptongue. She was one of the ancient heroes, a member of Kunzari's Krajun. Legends and myths make up a great part of who we are, Five Claw. For the Khajiit, the truth of our stories is the truth, pure and simple. The return of the dragons began with the tales of Kunzari, and I expect it to end there as well. No. Kunzari and his company of heroes predate the arrival of the Akaviri and Tamriel. It was the Akaviri who gave rise to the Dragon Guard and revealed the secrets of the Dragonhorn. As I understand it, the Starhaven Dragonhorn was a gift from the ancient order of the Dragon Guard. If I remember what the adept at Starhaven once told me, I assume the same is true of the Anequina Dragonhorn. It's too bad that Dragon Guard you met did not live long enough to tell you more. Legends and myths make up a great part of who we are, Five Claw. For the Khajiit, the truth of our stories is the truth, pure and simple. The return of the dragons began with the tales of Kunzari, and I expect it to end there as well.
Hold, varlet! Don't you dare attach that foot to my ankle!
This is Cadwell's longest episode yet. Perhaps I can...
That's it! Time to give you knaves what for!
Bizarre visions. Dismembered bodies. I hate necromancy. Cadwell trusts you, Five Claw. You talk to him.
Who's there? Speak up! I'm about to teach these rapscallions a valuable lesson. And yes, I plan to make it hurt. Ah, jolly good. I could use a noble squire for the battle ahead. To battle ahead? Anyway, Zumog Foom has gathered the dismembered parts of the betrayer's body. I can't allow the necromancer to put me, back together. I'm not entirely certain. It's definitely a dark, menacing cavern. Just the sort of place necromancers enjoy hanging around. Oh! Here now! Stop that! Your pardon, noble squire, but I have to go kick myself in the head. I'm off to put a stop to these dastardly villains!
Tarn, can you determine where Cadwell disappeared to?
Of all the foolish, idiotic, misguided things that Cadwell has ever done, this may be the worst of them all. He fancies himself a hero, but he's given Zumog Foom exactly what he needed. I'm no expert on necromancy, but it's obvious that our Cadwell is the last piece Zumog Foom needs to restore the betrayer. He has all the parts of Cadwell's dismembered body, and now Cadwell has handed him the final component, his very essence. Does a soul shriven have a soul? I have no idea how the philosophy of oblivion accounts for such things, but there must be some kernel of the original Cadwell inside the one we know. It stands to reason the necromancer would need that as well. I managed to scry Cadwell's portal before it winked out. It connected to an ancient crypt in the scar, not far from the Stitches. Head there immediately. The rest of us will make preparations and join you as soon as we can.
The betrayer did terrible things to the Khajiit of old. Zomag Fum must not be allowed to return that monster to life. Do whatever you must, Walker. Whatever you must.
Garishri and I will do what we can to uncover the secrets of the Dragonhorn. Take Tarn and the others and stop Zumagfum. The betrayer must not be restored to full power. I just wish we knew how this all ties into the plans of the dragons.
This one will enjoy putting a stop to the necromancer Zumagfum.
We need to proceed cautiously where Zumog Fum is concerned. He's not only powerful, he's crafty. He won't be defeated as easily as his followers.
Plenty of customers have made their way to Predator Mesa to prove themselves as great warriors. The ones that don't buy the good stuff don't come back.
This one never trusted Ambassador Tarillo. At least we'll have an embassy in Elderwood.
You took your time. Let's talk. Travel never used to take this much out of me. Oh well. Now that you're here, we can begin our investigation of the crypt. The Adept and the Prefect volunteered to scout ahead. They haven't returned. That means it's up to us. We must stop Zumog Foom from reanimating Cadwell the Betrayer. Something has prevented them from returning. I can only assume the necromancers or their undead have done them in. Where they were forestalled, we must prevail. Otherwise, Zumog Foom and the dragons get one step closer to fulfilling their plans. Don't be a fool. Our first priority is to stop Zumog Foom and keep him from aiding the dragons. After that, we can worry about everything else. Provided we survive, of course. Cadwell, what happened to you?
Thorn, old sport. They ripped it out of me. I'm afraid I bungled this one royally, old friend. I opened a portal, meant to put the villainous Zumog Foom to the sword. He got the better of me. The necromancers stole my essence, flung it to assorted ritual sites throughout the lair. Now I'm weak and my old body is being restored. The big cat and the Imperial, they arrived shortly after I did, but they didn't fare much better. I'm not sure what Zumog Foom did with them. I've just been standing here trying to recover enough strength to give it another go. Charge me up again? Capital idea, and I agree. We can't let the betrayer join the dragons. That reminds me of a time. No. Can't think. Too weak. I'll stand with you as long as I can. Could use a bit of a lie down, though.
I'll delay Zumog Foom's ritual as long as I can. You take Cadwell and see if you can recover his stolen energy.
Ah, good old Abner. The nastier he treats you, the more you know he loves you.
You left us to die, Kalo.
Our blood is on your hands.
No! I won't allow you to interfere with the ritual! That glowing cloud. It's holding this ritual together.
How refreshing. Let's find the rest of me and put it back where it belongs.
Those soldiers were under my command. They died following my orders. Thank you for releasing me from that ordeal. Other than torturing me, I think it was part of a larger ritual being performed by Zumog Foom. They were using my suffering, merging it with Cadwell's energy to... I don't know, it felt like something was feeding from me, growing stronger. Foom's followers fell upon us the moment we entered the crypts. We never stood a chance. They dragged us in different directions and immediately began the ritual. I assume Zamorak was taken deeper into the lair.
You never know what you're missing till it's gone. I'm just glad to have that old bit of me back where it belongs. What say we go and find the rest?
You were never strong enough, Zamorak. I died because you were weak.
Praying to the moons won't save you, cat. Interloper. Just more fuel for the ritual.
Zamorak failed. Again.
Welcome back, little energy. I missed you so.
Zamorak always fails the ones who count on him the most. Careful, Walker. You do not know the burden that Zamorak carries. The guilt Zamorak feels whenever he remembers those he failed. How dare you say... No. No, you are right to chide Zamorak. This one let the necromancers wield his guilt against him. Never again. The scent of death and decay is stronger through that door. Go. Stop Zumog Fum. Zamorak will catch up.
You never know what you're missing till it's gone.
You're a senile old fool, half-brother. How could you be so reckless? The dragons are your fault!
Your past will destroy you, Abner Thorn.
Did you know I used to be a High Chancellor? No, wait. No, that bit belongs to Abner.
Zumog Fum is stronger than I anticipated. Or perhaps my powers have degraded more than I realized. Either way, you arrived just in time. If I had to listen to my half-sister prattle on for an instant longer, I would have chewed my own arm off. Believe me, it wasn't my intent when I opened the portal. Fum used a siphoning ward of some sort. It redirected my spell and trapped me in that cloud of energy. They're using Cadwell's essence to power their ritual. It's rather ingenious, actually. I really have no idea. Perhaps it was an echo pulled from my deepest, most morose memories. Perhaps not. While I recover my strength, head through the southern door, I sense a culmination of magic. Zumog Fum must be close to completing his ritual.
I'm practically my old self again. Well, not that old. I feel like me. Not that other me from long ago. Oh, this is so confusing. Let's just keep going. Tally-ho!
Five Claw. This one doesn't have much time. Nalado should not be here. This one should be prowling the sand behind the stars and preparing for the next pounce, not lingering in this fetid tomb. Zumog Fum called Nalado back. He planned to use her in a foul ritual. But dead or no, Nalador is still a soldier. His follower never stood a chance. This one sensed something. Decided to wait here a little longer. Nalador thought the cloud of energy reminded her of the strange knight adorned in cookware. This one thinks she absorbed the energy when she killed the necromancer and disrupted this part of the ritual. Return it, perhaps, though that will certainly shred this spirit form. No matter, Nalador no longer belongs in this realm. Tell Queen Carmira and Garashri that Nalador says farewell. Now, prepare yourself, strange knight. This belongs to you.
Stop me. Neither you nor that bumbling corpse stand a chance.
Corpse? I'll have you know, I'm barely 1/4 cadaver on my mother's side. What's
Two of you can't exist in the same reality, soul-shriven. The stronger the betrayer becomes, the weaker you will grow. Let the essence of death flow free! I'm fading away.
Oh, jolly good show. Of course I planned to deal with the orc myself once my reanimation was complete. Now that I'm whole, I have a destiny to fulfill. So, cheerio. I always heard that introspection could be difficult, but meeting yourself, no one likes to discover that they were a tallow catch. Try not to hold it against me. Him and me were two sides of a dented coin. I don't think the world can handle more than one Cadwell at a time. My essence, I feel it draining away. Strange as the end approaches, so does clarity. You will try to stop him for me, won't you? Finish what I started a long, long time ago. I remember how we stopped the dragons. Kunzari and I, we tricked Calgronti, used his own ambition against him, convinced him to place a portion of his power in Jode's core. Calgronti ordered his brothers to follow suit. Once weakened, we were able to trap them in the halls of Colossus. Then the betrayer, then I killed Kunzari. I earned that name. I planned to steal the power, but Anequina's adepts... I'm still here. Chimera, she looks like Anequina. So pretty. Anequina possessed a key to a special place. That's where I learned to use portals. Luckily, they cut off my head and dismembered me before I could reach Jode's core. I guess you have to chop him up again. Tell Chimera She has the key, and look out for the little honor of the good steed.
Could that be the key to using the dragon horn?
The same notion occurred to me, Queen Camira.
Wait, here comes Tarn and the others. Five Claw, talk to me. I am happy to see you and the others, Five Claw, and I'm eager to hear what happened. Wait, where is Cadwell? That does not bode well. The betrayer of Kunzari was a great hero who became a terrible villain. It took all the remaining champions and the moon priests of Anequina to stop him. But how does the betrayer's return help the dragons? A special place? That does not give us a lot of information to go on, Five Claw. Did Cadwell tell you anything else before he disappeared? The ancient legends. I have been studying them. They mention Jode's core, a vault of some kind. Kunzari tricked the demons into storing their power there, though now we know that the demons were dragons. A metaphor, yes? As for a key... Everyone, meet in the royal study. I have something to show you. Cadwell spoke of Anequina, one of Kunzari's champions. He mentioned a key. I think he meant my pendant.
Zamorak remembers. Your mother wore it before you. Does it have more than sentimental significance?
It hides me from magical detection. Mother would take my pendant in her hand and whisper, "When Kunzari smiled, Anequina asked the moons to move for him."
The Shadow Dance Temple ruins. Is that where the betrayer has gone?
I discovered as a young girl that the pendant and this ancient map interact in interesting ways. I learned the stories of Kunzari from my mother. Did I tell you she was a moon singer before she married my father? She said the pendant once belonged to Anequina. I am related to Anequina. Direct descendant, according to the moon priests. An ancient ruin. The place was once the Shadow Dance Temple, but now it is nothing but tumbled stones. Still, Cadwell indicated the pendant was the key to finding the betrayer. What else do we have to go on? Yes, from Kunzari's story. He tricked the demons into giving him their power. Then Anequina moved the moon so he could store the power in Jode's core for safekeeping. Of course, now we know the demons of the story were actually the dragons. In their weakened state, Kunzari was able to trick the dragons and trap them in the halls of Colossus. But one of his companions betrayed him, stabbed him in the back, and went to the place of the Dark Dance to steal the demon power. I think you are right, Five Claw. The betrayer must want to finish what he started in the ancient time. But the dragons also want that power. Are they working together? Either way, we need to get to the temple ruins. As we saw on the map, the ruins lie in the foothills east of the Scar, between Orcrest and the town of Hakoshe. We will meet you there.
Interesting. A magic pendant. I wonder if Chimera would allow me to study it. After she's finished using it, of course.
Zamorak remembers Chimera's pendant. Her mother, Queen Numara, wore it before she gave it to her daughter. This one did not know it possessed such an enchantment, though.
We need to send your Cygnus Irregulars to the Moongate, Prefect Kalo.
Agreed. We've been practicing in anticipation of joining forces for more than a year.
A year? But a year ago we were still enemies.
Perhaps. But I always knew we'd wind up fighting the Iraxians side by side someday. There aren't a lot of us, but the Cygnus Irregulars will stand with Queen Chimera's forces at the Moongate of Anequina. If the dragons or the remaining Iraxians show up there, we'll give them a fight to remember.
Prefect Kalo is a very complicated person. I think you made the right choice when you sent him to Queen Chimera. His soldiers will help bolster our defense of the Moongate of Anequina, in case the dragons move against it. Before you eliminated the Usurper Queen, you heard her talking to the dragon Mulamnir. She indicated that they had located the Moongate to the southwest of Rimin, as the dragons had requested. The Moongate of Anequina lies in that direction. Not yet. Little is known about these ancient structures other than they were important to the Moon Priests. We're sending a combined force of Khajiit militia and Cygnus Irregulars to guard the place in case the dragons make a move.
I heard that a necromancer named Bastari stole.
it back, Rakasha! I won't let you have this one.
Ha! Your blood is too thin. Keep that one as a gift, Yushiha, for when you're ready to drink.
This one never trusted Ambassador Tarinwe. At least we'll have an embassy in Eldenroot.
Sheath your claws, Walker. This one does not want a fight, but you've walked into a dangerous feud. You should leave the Weeping Scar. Yushiha cannot protect everyone from her former kin. I am an exile of the Tenar Zalvit vampire clan. This wasteland has long been our home. Unforgiving, but we survived in peaceful seclusion through the wisdom of our clan mother. She is gone now, and my clan strays down a treacherous path without her. My blood brother, Rakasha, tempts my clan to give in to their thirst. He urges them to abandon our way of life and prey on the caravanners without restraint or mercy. I must divert them from this path, but I am losing the fight. Yushiha is grateful. This caravaner she saved was not alone. Help her check on their camps. Warn them. Protect them if necessary. We must save them from my clan before we can save my clan from themselves. She only hopes it is not too late. He leads the Tenar Zalvit. After our clan mother's death, he promised our blood brothers and sisters a better life. Swayed them to embrace our predatory nature. He played on their fears and drove out his dissenters. Yushiha is the only one who still remains. Once Rakasha's followers tasted the blood of our living cousins, those who resisted were easily driven out. He is right about one thing. Living on thin-blooded animals indeed made us weak. He blames our pacifist ways for all our troubles, and has renounced them. Rakasha believes embracing our nature as vampires is the only way to protect us from harm, but all he'll do is make enemies and draw them to us. I believe our clan mother's wisdom was the only thing that has kept us alive this long. She knew that turning on our living kin was short-sighted. If Rakasha has his way, I am certain it will lead to our destruction. Before the flu, we only drank blood that was offered to us. But after it wiped out Orcrest, we have had to make do with feeding on animals. This is not a lush land. It was a lean life, but it was peaceful. That was very long ago. Nearly at the edge of memory, Walker. Back when the 16 kingdoms of Khajiit became 2, my family was taken by the Thracian plague, and I brought them to Tenar Zalvit to find rest. I offered the clan mother everything. The world outside seemed as if it was about to end. I had nothing, no purpose, no future. The clan gave me all 3. The lifetimes I have spent watching over the departed have been far less troubled than those of my living kin. Until now. A cabal of necromancers raided our home. The burial site our clan watched over for centuries. She defied their leader, and was destroyed. The rest of us could only stand by helplessly as they desecrated the dead. We lost everything that night. Our clan served as the caretakers of the Tenar Zalvit ossuary, when there was anyone left to seek burial. Khajiit made offerings of blood for us to watch over their dead. We coexisted like that for hundreds of years, until tragedy struck. Our troubles began with the Nahatan flu. It swept through Orcrest like a flood, leaving death in its wake. The tide of dead rolled in until our vaults were full, and those who survived begged us to spare them. We took pity and agreed. Our clan grew from a small handful to a settlement in itself. In an instant, we lost our main source of food and gained many more mouths to feed. We hoped to leave, but our clan mother feared we would carry the flu with us and sequestered the clan. He blames our pacifist ways for all our troubles, and has renounced them. Rakasha believes embracing our nature as vampires is the only way to protect us from harm, but all he'll do is make enemies and draw them to us.
It's been too long since we tasted life.
So, a tiger walks among the cattle. You were with Yushiha, yes?
I never want to...
Did my blood sister beg you to hunt me, Walker? Has she grown too weak to do it herself? My clan, Walker. And she has no place in it until she drinks as she was meant to. She can live like vermin if she chooses, but my clan will never return to that life. Everything. Our lives were spent hiding away in tombs, gnawing on rats to keep the hunger at bay. Day after day, year after year, with no end in sight. All to keep us safe, but that was a lie. It only made us easy pickings. There are predators and there are prey. Our clan mother chose to live like prey, and she died like prey. But we are vampires. We thrive on the hunt. If she had embraced our true nature, she'd still be alive today. Which will you be, Walker?
Do not listen to his sweet talk.
Your claws are dull as always, Yushiha. Remember what I said, Walker.
Don't kill everyone. Herd some to the ossuary.
These caravans...
Rakasha toys with us. He is drunk with power. What of the caravans? I have found no one alive. Rakasha is not so foolish as to needlessly slaughter his prey. Our clan must be herding the caravans into the Tenar Zalvit ossuary like cattle. At least most of them should still be alive. We must free them. You will, Walker. I lack the strength to fight them. I will keep to the shadows and help you how I can. I'd like to believe my clan can be redeemed, but if they have to pay for the blood in their veins with their lives, so be it. The Elsweyr ossuary is deeper within the chasm, to the east. I will meet you inside. First, I must slake my thirst as best as I can. I'll need all the strength I can muster. It has been the Elsweyr's clan home for centuries. A humble place of rest for Khajiit to begin their journey to the sands behind the stars. After the flu came, it became a sprawling boneyard. You will find my clan in great numbers there.
Make Orcrest ours again. We let it a ghost out.
We should leave the weeds. Take over somewhere worth leaving.
This one used to like fowl, but after he turned, their blood seemed thin as glue.
Taste of coffee blood. How did we go so long without it?
They took us. They mean to eat us. I saw them take the key across the bridge. Please, find it and free us.
Don't kill everyone. Burn some of the awesome.
I know he's on rich blood.
This one used to like fowl, but after he turned, their blood
Good work, Walker. Keep searching, and put that key to good use. I'll catch up after I've led this one to safety.
Finally, we feast on rich blood.
Not even to hide from the stuff. Been too long since we tasted life.
Watch out! There's more! More of them! Don't get eaten! Merciful moons!
We should leave the weeping scar. Take over somewhere worth
Close call. Don't worry. This one will be safe with me.
Mother was a fool to keep us locked away for so long.
How did we go so long without it?
Khajiit treated no better than animals. Shameful. You go on. I'll watch over them.
So long without it.
Rakaja! I warned you retribution would come to you if you hunted Khajiit as prey. Step down, and our clan might yet be redeemed.
It's you who led this hunter to our den, Yushia, not me. Unlike our clan mother, I am prepared for our enemies. Hunt me if you dare.
Rakaja! Rakaja! There's no going back for him. Neither Rakaja nor the Tenar Zalvit clan. Their only care now is the taste of the blood on their tongues. There's only one way this ends now. With Rakaja buried in this tomb, killing him won't bring my clan back. But making an example of him may teach the Tenar Zalvit to feed with more restraint. I don't believe Rakaja will give you any other choice. It's a lot to ask of you, but the lives we've saved will be a small fraction of those lost if he is not deposed. You are five-clawed, Walker. Now's the time.
tasting hearty blood.
I die with my pride.
Rakasa, you damned fool. Come, we should get back to the caravan survivors. This way. You did what I could not, Walker. Rakasha is gone, and his misguided beliefs along with him. I only wish the lesson hadn't come at so great a price. These caravanners will spread the word of my clan. Others will come to hunt them down. What's left of the Tanar Zalvit will either recall our clan mother's wisdom to flee and survive, or suffer Rakasha's fate. This is the end of us, Walker. You've seen what remains of my clan. They carry my bloodline, but they are no longer my kin. There may come a time when the Tanar Zalvit can return to what they once were, when our name and clan home are far from memory. There's nothing left for me here. We couldn't save my clan from doom. But I am grateful for all you've done, as are the caravanners. They've scrounged this up as thanks. Soon the Weeping Scar's tears will have run dry, much like my own. Neither the dead nor I will have rest while the one responsible for this still lives. I will hunt down the orc who desecrated our home and brought ruin to my clan. I know the scent of death all too well. His necromancers will not be so hard to find. Tell me what you know of this orc. Yushiha thanks you for ending a miserable life. She is glad he will trouble no one else. This Zumog may be gone, but as long as his necromancers disgrace Tanar Zalvit's dead, Yushiha is duty-bound to stop them. It has been a long time since Yushiha walked among her living cousins. There was no mane or speaker when she last drew breath, but Yushiha hopes they will see past her condition. She is certain she will barely recognize the kingdoms of her kin. And you as well, Walker. I hope we cross paths again, under better circumstances.
This one will consider his next meal carefully. Something with leaves, he thinks.
I'm staying far away from the Weeping Scar. I'd sooner risk Euraxia's dungeons than be made a meal of.
We lost more than half our number. It will take a while for the caravan to recover. Smuggling supplies and correspondence out from under the Dung Queen's cankerous nose. This is not the route we normally take, but we feared Eurexia's agents were in pursuit this time. I expected the journey to be difficult, but never this. The vampires took our beasts of burden, and more than half our number. Khajiit have no choice but to leave the wagons behind. We'll take what we can carry and continue on to the Stitches. If the Loyalists want the rest, they can send soldiers. Yushiha offered to guide us there safely. It's odd to put our trust in a vampire, especially now. Others still to owe her our lives, yes? Khajiit regret that we had so little left to offer you both as thanks.
The wagons can rot. This one makes for the Stitches at the first opportunity.
Why not make Orcrest ours again? We left it a ghost town.